I love, 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 love this dress. It is the favourite dress for me at the moment. Of all the patterns I've done, this is the favourite dress. I'm big busted, as you can see, but I just think it's really, really flattering. I love the whole, everything about it. I really do. It's got pockets. It's got pockets. It has a swing about it. It's a shirt dress. I'm late in the shirt dress thing. I'm always 2 months late from all the parties that they have. But I just think it's absolutely lovely. And the dress is, do you want to know what the dress is? Do you want to know what this dress is? Because I think it's fantastic. The dress is a McCalls M6891. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, it looks nice on her. She's slim. I'm not. She's very slim. But I just saw this and I just thought, right, I've got to make that dress. Buttons, I didn't have any buttons. I went to my button box and I got, my granddaughter was with me and I said, right, pick some buttons. So we have this button, followed by that button, followed by, where is it? That button. No, sorry, that chocolate button. It's followed by that button, followed by a beige button, followed by a chocolate one, and then it goes on. So they are all different buttons, but I just thought, as you can see, I'll go and drop this down again so you can see it. You can hardly tell because of where the pattern is, but it's, I really love this dress. It's gorgeous. And when I wore it, husband thought it was lovely as well, so I'm well impressed. It was meant to have cuffs on it. I did the long sleeve version. That's the one I did. It was meant to have cuffs on it, but I don't like cuffs. I find that they get in the way of things. So what I did was I just did a 3/4 length sleeve again. I like my 3/4 length sleeves. 3/4 length to a little bit longer, and that just suited me fine. I think it's lovely. I shall take the belt off so you can see what it's like without a belt. And very school marmish sort of, in a funny sort of way, but isn't it just to die for me. Just absolutely to die for. I love the pinks, I love the darks, the blacks and things. I think the one thing I did wrong, which I realised afterwards, was I think I put the collar on upside down. But despite, I had the collar upside down and I thought this isn't right, but I actually managed to make it work. No. Thumbs up to McCalls 6891. I will make it again. I will love it. I 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 love it. In the last video, I told you about this dress that I made, the M6891, which I found absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's really such a beautiful dress to make. I like the fabric I chose. I like the pattern. It all came together really, really well, and I would highly recommend it to you. Being bust, one of the comments I keep saying is I've got a bigger bust, and this really is a fantastic dress. I feel really comfortable in it. The fabric that I used was jersey fabric. It came from Minerva Crafts. I think it was in their sale, and in fact I was wearing the dress yesterday and a gentleman remarked that he loved the fabric so much he'd love a shirt made out of it. I'll put you some pictures of me wearing it out here to let you see what it looked like. I had no problems. It's actually, as you can see, it's an easy. The one that I did was View B.
although it's quite long there, I'm only 5'1", so it goes quite long on me. I would have preferred it yet another 2 or 3 inches longer on reflection. I like to wear those kind of dresses with long boots, and whilst it's okay, I just felt that it would be even nicer if it was longer. But it's a lesson learned. That was basically, I was just basically wanting to see what it looked like. It turned out beautifully. The instructions were great to follow. The instructions I don't, sometimes I tend not to read the instructions because I basically know what I'm doing half the time. It doesn't always work. But anyway, the nice thing about it was it actually gets you to try fitting it to compensate for things like a broad back, square or sloping shoulders, how to adjust the pattern for that, how to adjust the pattern for a full bust, which I did. I checked it. I I adjusted the pattern to fit the full bust, and this is what I think these kind of instructions are what's lacking sometimes. Now I can't say all of them, but it's what lacking in some of these indie patterns. They need a bit more detail of how to adjust things. Again, as you may tell me that some patterns do that. There are quite a lot of patterns that I haven't bought, I've yet to buy, which may actually tell you more detail like that. I found it very straightforward. The one thing that I've found with pattern cutting now is that I used to, years ago, cut the patterns out completely, cut every pattern out, and then decide, I'd empty all the tissue out, cut every piece of pattern out, spend the whole evening doing it, and then fold it all back up, put it in, and then when I was doing the pattern, I would choose which pattern pieces I needed. And then I thought about it, especially from watching a lot of people's doing the videos, the vlogs, and I thought this is a waste of time. So what I do now is I lay it out on the table and I trace them on tissue paper. Now this is a fine Burda paper, tissue paper that I use, and I trace them out, the pieces that I really need, with the name of the pattern, with the grain line, how many I've got to cut, and so on. And I found that was much easier to do. I've since bought some thicker tissue paper, which is probably going to be a little bit too thick, but I thought that might be a good idea. But I think that's a great idea for tracing your patterns out. The dress got no faults, can't find any faults except for one thing, which was my fault, which was on the lapel. And you won't know, only I would know, you wouldn't notice it, but I'd overlocked the inside edge, and it was a little bit of a curl to the seam instead of it being flat on that overlocked edge, and if I feel with my fingers, I can feel a little bit of a roll inside the collar bit, but if you look, you can't tell. It's one of those things that, you know, you're a little bit finicky about what you've done, you want perfection, and I wasn't sure about that. So that was my dress pattern. I would highly recommend it to anybody. Big busts, little busts, everybody. I just thought it was a fantastic dress pattern. I shall be making more of those. I think it's a very flattering pattern indeed. So yes, I highly recommend the McCalls 6891 to you. See you, and I'll be telling you about the McCalls 5431. 5431. Can you see that? That one there. Catch you next time.